Hello, Tega. You are live. Good to see. I believe Bendy said he'd be a few minutes, so not to worry. And to worry right now. We're just gonna. We'll just have to wait a few minutes for him. Hope it's not too late over there. You've been going for DAS pace sheet world records? Oh, what the heck? Ah, what has Firedox done to the world? He's been like tracking all these like pace sheet things, and I finally gave him a place to be able to post it. Firedox, what have you done? What have you been doing? I mean, I guess they're free, right? Because you just need to push down a lot. So it does make sense. Like, if you can just do that, if someone can just do that, then it makes sense, obviously, to, just be able to do that easily. Okay. Yeah, so while we wait, I'll just switch on over to the normal scene while we just wait for Bendy to show up. We can see a little bit of grinding here. A little bit of those. A little bit of that paste sheet grinding. And I guess I'll put the go live message up while I wait. Okay. There you go. Hey, let me see here. Cool. So far, highest track pace is only 60 lines? Oh, do you mean on 19? Because on 18, there's literally like perfect transitions. But is that even true though? Because like, I feel like NGC got. I felt like he went perfect for like 90 lines or something, right? I could have sworn that happened. I swear I've seen that happen. Like, he went perfect for like 90 lines. Or something like that. And then I think Sky got something close to that. And then Hepta got like 90 lines or something as well. Oh, perfect pace with 19. Yeah, I swear somebody got like 100 lines or 92 lines or something like that. But maybe that game wasn't like saved, so there's just no data on it. If only I was like recording my game in Oregon in 2024 Jonas Cup, because I was also just playing NGC. I'm pretty sure he got like 96 lines perfect or something, like once upon a time. I swear that's happened. Like, he posted about it in the like in the Dash channel at some point. I'm just not sure though. You have 80 lines? Oh, cool. That's cool. 80 lines? What the hell? I think my best is like 76. It's like 76. And it was during that time when I was just playing unrecorded in Oregon on a Sky setup. I should have recorded it because I think I had like 560 at 100 lines or something, and that could have very easily been my PB, but I intentionally topped it because it could have been an unrecorded PB, and I didn't want to do that again. I really didn't want another unrecorded 19 PB after 3 years. That would have been very annoying. So yeah, that's what ended up happening there. Looks like Bendy's live though, so good to see that. Doing a little bit of 19.3 practice. We were just talking about that actually earlier. So that's cool. It's 56 lines. Damn. Nice. That's really nice. Good shit. Wait, isn't perfect into 100 lines like 600k? Right? Yeah, it's 600k. So how's it 56 lines? Oh wait, because I'm counting by 120s. Nah, never mind. I just remembered. I can't do math. Yeah, no, I got it. I got it now. I got it now. All right. Once both players have sufficiently warmed up, this will be our starting seed. It's going to be 827550, and that's an all number seed. So that means it's going to be good. It's going to be a good seed, obviously. No seed cope. We're going to get like 98 bars into level 25. Bendy here trying to do back-to-back 19.3 then 4, but wasn't able to there. Alright, this is like a decent board, I think. Jesus. How do people wall charge that fast? It's so broken. I don't understand it. I don't know how people do that. I can't wall charge that fast. It's no wonder I can barely play DAS 29. Alright, both players have on their hertz and input displays, which is good. Looks like Tega is about to input the seed. Oh, maybe not. Doing a little bit of 19.3 as well. Yeah, I was telling somebody in the Dash channel, you should probably do 19.2 first and then do 19.3 just to get that DAS control in, because they were wondering, hey, when should I learn quick taps? And I'm like, how often can you clear 19.2 first? Because that's always like the first step to learning how to play DAS. I feel like being able to clear 19.2 consistently get you that basic DAS control down to be able to max out, assuming you also have this stacking to do it. What the hell is this clean ass setup? Holy. That's like the cleanest DAS 29 Tetris setup I've ever seen. 827550. Tega has in the seed and is ready, so once Bendy has in the seed and is ready, we shall be good. And this is looking like double quick tap practice, I think. This looks like double quick tap practice. Maybe we'll see that in game. Maybe we'll see that in game. I don't know. Probably not. That's just, it's too hard to hit. Alright, both players having the seed and are ready. So we're ready to get them going for game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Should be a good matchup here. Why is it, hang on. What is that doing? Just realized that. Anyways, on the left side though, we have Bendy, currently 3-0 in the division. Has gone perfect. He's only dropped 4 games. 1 to Scooty, 1 to Ian Keith, and in a very, very well played decider against Elias. Going to take this next match and go a perfect 4-0. That is Bendy. And on the right side here, we have Tega, currently just trying to start out the board a little bit. But we'll be able to reopen that well with that S-piece against the Tetris. Currently 1-2 in the division. Defeated Ian Keith 3-1, and then lost to Elias in a decider and Scooty 1-3. So probably gonna want to get this win here to avoid the relegation playoff. And as we come towards the final few days, it's really gonna be a fight to the finish here. 96k here for Bendy, 39k for Tega. Nice Tetris there for Bendy to lower down the stack. Had a little bit of trouble with those squares. Yeah, definitely going to be a really interesting fight to the finish here with these last few matches in both Division 1s. It's very close. The difference between second and first, or second and fifth in this division is 2 points, and then the difference between third and last in the other division is 3 points. So Bendy is also dead at 127. So Tega, your chase down will be 90 or 128. 128 is the chase down for TegaMech. Kind of an unfortunate early top there for Bendy. Alright, Tega trying to just burn this down. Has all the time in the world. And with that, Tetris will take game number 1. Unfortunate early top there for Bendy. But it happens to the best of us. What the heck? There we go. GG. Next seed will be 9-3. Both players having the seed and are ready. Trying to get them going in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Let's just try and, I guess we'll try and forget that last game. You know, those early tops, they get us all. They get us all. You can be the best player in the world, and sometimes you just die. Yeah, remember, it's only the top 4 seeds here in, it's the top 4 seeds in each division that will make the knockout rounds. So as long as you're not in those last 2 spots, you are safe. Nice tuck there for Bendy. Nice drop of that J piece there on the left side for Tega. So gonna slow him down just a little bit. And this is actually turning out to be fairly dangerous. Gets that T all the way to the left, but it's not getting a J or L piece, and that's really hurting him here. Currently at 14k, 29k here for Bendy. Tega is still continuing to fight with this board. Very helpful L piece to that left side. Alright, gets a J piece to that left and an L piece to clear a double. This board is starting to come down, and this should be survivable now. As long as he doesn't get any too inopportune pieces. And yeah, with those T's and J's, he's going to be able to survive this, reopen the well, gets the bar and the Tetris, and he's going to survive that early scare. Currently at 51k, Bendy at 101, and behind in line slightly. Bendy now at 171, 57k here for Tega. So Bendy really taking advantage of that kind of unfortunate early dig that he found himself in. Really putting the onus on Tega to try and catch up in post. Bendy gonna get that Tetris, but has to create a hole on the left side of the board. It's gonna slow him down just a little bit, as this will not be a Tetris. Should he get the bar, it will be a split triple. Needs to get that bar all the way to the left, gets it over. Reopens the well, gets the bar, and now it's going to lower down the stack enough to be manageable. Currently at 250, 177 here for Tega. So still trailing by 100,000 points, but has the healthier board. Bendy probably looking for that mid to high 500 going into transition. Meanwhile, Tega probably looking for mid to high 400. So we'll definitely need to bring this back in the post-transition. Good left well set up here for Bendy. Trying to stay efficient and gets the bar and the Tetris up to 345, 227 for Tega. It seems that Bendy's actually found slightly more efficiency that Tega has not been able to. As when the lines match up, he's now down 120,000 points. Alright, Tega needed to reopen the well. Board is up kind of high and is flat. Reopens the well, gets the bar and the Tetris, and he will be back down to safety at 277, 417 for Bendy. Now goes up to 440. Probably trying to get this perfect transfer over to the right side. Nice T-spin setup there for Bendy. And yeah, with that single of the square, he's going to transition back to the right side of the board. Now I had 7 Tetrises worth. So you're really going to need to put on the Jets when the post-transition starts is Tega. Or hope for some mistake here for Bendy, some kind of slowdown or unfortunate piece sequence. Bendy at 509, 372 here for Tega, now up to 395. Bendy actually still could get a 600 here, but he would need all 3 Tetrises. Good L spin there for Tega to clean up the right side of the board, and it looks like Bendy was trying to go for a delayed Vitz, but it ends up being a delayed triple setup. And that's actually going to slow him down going into transition. He's going to burn in at 560. Tega going to go in at 426, so about 140,000 point lead for Bendy going in. Bendy starting to set up once more. Board is now good, and well is now open. Gets the bar in the Tetris up to 594. 477 here for Tega. An immediate misdrop of the L piece will slow him down. The board is low enough to where this is manageable. 625 here for Bendy. 482 for Tega. Starting to bring this down row by row. Tega at 485, 655 here for Bendy, who's just plugging away. Now it's 662, goes into level 22, currently on typical standard max out pace. Tega now trailing 200,000 points worth. Bendy at 718, 524 here for Tega. Really hoping for some kind of mistake here on Bendy's side, but it's just not coming at all, as Bendy continues to actually set up the aggro Akibor in column 9 and gets the bar of the Tetris up to 758, 558 here for Tega. And despite this very strong lead, Bendy still continues to try and play aggressive and efficient, maybe trying to make sure that Tega really can't bring this back. $802 here for Bendy, $586 here for Tega. And this is looking like this could be a mid-max out here for Bendy, maybe a 1.1 depending on how the pieces land. Another Tetris there for Tega up to 649, 867 here for Bendy. And yeah, really at this point, all Tega can really do is just try and play just effectively perfectly, and maybe hope for some kind of top out here from Bendy. Tega gets the bar in the Tetris, reopens the well. Now is the center well set up. Nice split triple up to 694, 939 here for Bendy. And at this point, I believe this game is all but confirmed to be Bendy's game. But let's see how Tega decides to end it. Oh, Bendy actually getting a couple of pieces here. This is actually coming quite difficult. Only at 946, 733 here for Tega at 27. Ends up misshifting that. And Bendy's going to be done at 948. Tega at 770. Your chase down somehow would have to be 949. Push-ups? Did you do push-ups before the match? And yeah, it looks like Tega not going to be able to make level 29, but does get a respectable 785, and that will be Bendy's game to take. GG's. Looks like I think a little bit of delay happened on Tega's side, but when I gave a refresh, we were about the same point, so maybe just Twitch trolling a little bit. Yeah, the stream was buffering on my end, but I tried to refresh you and then it just kept me at the same exact place. I'll be sure to give you a refresh when the match or when the game starts. Ode push-ups 20. What do you mean ode push-ups? Oh, every game you don't max. Okay, I see now. I see it now. Next seed is A4. Bendy has in the seed and is ready. Tega has in the seat as well, waiting for the ready on his end. Can't see stream. I'm not dropping any frames. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not dropping any frames. That's very strange. I checked, I made sure to like check my settings when the stream started. Yeah, I'm not checking any, or I'm not dropping anything. Okay, it's back. Okay, good. Good. Whew. I'll make sure to give you a refresh though when we start. Right. Both players have in the seat and are ready. So ready to get the go for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Both players are tied up. 1-1. I was about to say, is that a little bit of verti grip that I see there from Bendy? I did see a little bit of that earlier in CTL. You know, Firedox was out here trolling in his match, playing some verti grip DAS. Yeah, let me give a refresh. There we go. There we go. We're back. Bendy starting out with a kind of high board, but we'll get an immediate Tetris. Let's see. In terms of DAS League history, Bendy did play in that first season as well as the second one, but then took a little break during season 3. Then came back during season 4 and the season 1, so it's played all but one, which was that initial season where there was some management shifting. Bendy currently at 96k, 76k here for Tega. But when the lines match up, players are effectively tied. Nah, you didn't troll, you won? Nah, you trolled, bruh. You were trolling. Like, I don't care if you won. Nice 5 and below there for Bendy. Gonna be able to keep the stack clean. Now it's important Penty on that left side. Fills it in with the bar. And we'll be able to get that Tetris. 167 for Bendy, 170 for Tega, who has a 3,000 point lead. It's effectively tied as that's just 3 burned extra lines. W grip? Oh my god. So like, is that like your new DAS grip now? Like, are you gonna start doing that in real matches? Like, surely you're not gonna do that in your last match in Division 2. Or I don't know, maybe you will. I don't know what you're gonna do. Alright, Bendy having to take that triple down. Now we'll just have to play on row 2. While Tega's board is still on row 1. Players are still neck and neck, only separated by a couple thousand points. 267 for Bendy, 264 for Tega. Both players on pace for that mid 500 transition going into 19. Alright, looks like Bendy gonna set up this column 4 and will get it. Laying down method last match. Oh my god. I mean, isn't like your last, I think your last match is like, isn't it early tomorrow? It's like kind of early tomorrow, so it would make sense. Alright, push down strats here for Bendy, trying to get the maximum amount of points. Still rocking this column 4 setup. Gets the board in the Tetris up to 381. Tega at 334. Effectively has the same pace, but just isn't really pushing down. 18 UTC. Okay, I see. Normally I'd take that, but there's a chance I won't even be up at that point since I work so late on Sundays. So that's why I don't usually list Mondays for that reason. Right, Bendy starting to experience a little bit of a slowdown. Some shenanigans with squares. Couldn't quite get them all the way to the left. Just too many of them. Still maintaining this column 4 setup though. This is allowing Tega to take a slight lead. Currently at 415. Bendy at 418 takes the real-time lead. Yeah, this column 4 has really been working well for Bendy, it seems. He's been doing it for about half of 18, and it's really just been keeping him efficient. Just goes to show center wells can be good as long as you... Oh my god, what a great vid setup there on the left side for Bendy. Ended up building out the left even more. And as a result, giving himself room to continue building for this Tetris. Bendy at 493, Tega at 508. A couple of Tetrises left before the transition, although Tega has been able to take a one Tetris lead. Yeah, I hope like Mari can take that match for you, Fire, because that would be a funny matchup. Right, Bendy gonna burn into transition at 519, still maintaining this column for 554 for Tega, who will have to burn into transition here. Almost certainly. It does with that square at 558. About a one Tetris lead going into 19. Bendy gonna get that bar over. Spire on the right side goes into 20 at 571. 610 for Tega. Still up one Tetris worth. Bendy uncovering this. Column 4 setup. Elevated on row 3. Gets a split triple. Brings it down. Back to the right side. Reopens the right side well. Baiting out the bar. Takes a safety triple. Bendy at 590. 663 for Tega. A 70,000 point lead. Another Tetris there for Bendy. Has a tuck setup on the right side, but wasn't able to get the piece in time. So we'll have to slow down just a little bit more. Bendy burning down. Currently at 626, 697 for Tega. Boards are clean. Nice bar dependency fill for Bendy. Gets another bar in the Tetris up to 656. Tega at 730, maintaining this 2.5 Tetris lead. Both players on typical max out pace. So we may see a double max here at the end. Bendy gonna get the bar and the Tetris up to 718. Tega at 792. And both boards here are clean. Nice quick tap of that square all the way to the left for Bendy. Gonna get the bar and the Tetris. Nice Tetris there for Tega up to 828. Bendy at 753 having to block the well momentarily. This will allow Tega some more opportunities to extend this lead and gets another Tetris up to 862, 790 for Bendy. So it seems like slowly but surely Bendy is starting to bring this back. Gets another one up to 791, 866 for Tega. Has a bar dependency to fill in column 7 and gets it open. Those small burns have allowed Bendy to effectively chase down the lead as scorers are now only separated by a Tetris and a half. Bendy at 858, Tega at 907. Got the Tetris here for Bendy, 927, 907 for Tega, now 941. It's really going to come down to the last level here. Bendy gets the Tetris, 963. Starting to set up center well. Yeah, I've seen this earlier on in the game. 963 for Bendy, 982 for Tega. Bendy trying to wait out this bar. Gets that T all the way to the left side. 999 for Bendy, 982 for Tega. Trying to sell it for this last Tetris. Gets the bar over. Goes into 816. Bendy trying to get one last bar. One last Tetris. Well's open, but doesn't get the bar in time. He's going to be done at 999, and Tega with the A54 will be good for game number 3. GG's there. Very solid game for both players. Wow, that was close all the way to the end there. Effectively double max out there. But it looks like that will be another 10 push-ups there for Bendy, unfortunately. Next seed will be B5. B5. Another 10 push-ups there. Alright, Tega has in the seat and is ready. As does Bendy, so we're gonna have to go for game number 4 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Tega testing out that knuckle rolling, that K roll that Andy has popularized, and really is kind of the only player that really does it. I think some other players will have tried to do it, like Scooty. He's got like a 29 max with it, but it's really only Andy that uses it. I'm not sure if it's superior or not, or if it helps with like hand health or anything like that. There we go. So, Tega currently up 2-1. Gonna be looking to try and finish this right here and now. And meanwhile, Bendy gonna try and take game number 4, bring us to a decider. And a very close game played there from both players. That really could have gone either way. And it really just came down to that slight slowdown that Bendy had actually in level 25. It really just goes to show at this level, it only takes like a dig sequence, like a simple, very simple dig sequence, not even really one that you are in a dire straits to affect the game. Oh, misdrop of that J piece there for Tega. It's going to be very hard to get out of. Currently at 142, Bendy at 137, and he's going to have to try and attack this from the top. At the very least, this will be a very large slowdown for Tega. And Tega with the floating Mino. Alright, starting to bring it down though. And it's actually bringing this down in a quite efficient way with Love and L piece. And gets it down in very few burns. I thought that would take at least like 30. This has allowed Bendy a 2 Tetris lead, currently at 208, 155 here for Tega. Just having to start fighting the board once more. $239 here for Bendy, 166 for Tega. Nice center well Tetris there for Bendy. He's trying to resolve this stack with Love and L piece to that right side. Still waiting it out. Not going to get it in time, so we'll just have to take a skim of that T piece. Bendy at 266, Tega at 177. Has a center well Tetris setup and gets it. And has the T-Spuck set up and gets it as well. It's a very nifty plays here from Tega for sure. Although despite all that fancy play, Bendy is ahead 90,000 points. Currently at 315, 228 for Tega. And Tega's also a few lines ahead as well. So this could be as much as a 100,000 point lead for Bendy. Although they say that hangs an L piece in the center of the board, but gets a roof burn out of it, so only resolves it in 1 burn. But he's not happy about that. You can really see that right there in his camera. Currently on pace for a mid to high 500, maybe even a 600. Tega on pace for a mid to high 400 going into 19. Nice tuck up that Z piece there for Bendy. Trying to get out of this, but ends up misshifting that square. Looks like a couple more burns to resolve. And gets it resolved there with that Z piece. Now the well is reopened. Currently at 397, 350 for Tega. And now the gap has been closed slightly, as Tega is only down 2 Tetris's worth. Tega trying to keep this well open, and would really love to, as transition's starting to come in about 3 more Tetrises. $447 here for Bendy, $383 for Tega. Alright, T-spin setup here for Tega. It's the S-spin, reopens the well. Board is good and goes into transition with the Tetris at 413. 493 here for Bendy. Still has room for 2 more Tetrises. Bendy a little high up. Gets the bar. Has 1 more burn before going into 19. Takes the double in at 500. 443 here for Tega at level 20. So about 100,000 point lead here for Bendy, and is also a full level behind as well. So Tega really going to need to turn on the jets here in post, or hope for some kind of mistake from Bendy. So far, no such thing is happening. Nice quick tap of that S piece there for Bendy. Gets the board in the Tetris up to 579, 504 here for Tega into level 22. And Bendy gonna get this bar and the Tetris up to 610 into level 21. Now establishing at a 100,000 point lead once more. And a full level again. Some garbage here on Tega's end. Gonna slow him down just a little bit. Nothing too dire. May try and set up here in column 3. And it looks like he's going to do just that. Board is set up for the Tetris. Now just needs to get the bar. Alright, just taking some skims. Reopens the left side. Doesn't quite get the pieces. Gets a very inopportune Z piece. Tega currently at 529. Bendy at 652 here. Trying to also maintain his well. Trying to keep it open. Nice quick up by that Z piece to the left side. Both players here managing their boards well. Nice Tetris for both players. Good drought management on both players. And Bendy at 692, 591 here for Tega. Still trailing by 100,000 points and still having that full level ahead. Seems that Tega has been able to effectively match Bendy's efficiency, but that 100,000 point deficit is really hurting him here. Tega goes into 26 at 637. Bendy at 732. Now goes up to 763. Is on pace to max out. Tega probably looking for a high 800, maybe 900 here, depending on how the pieces land. Bendy goes into 26 at 800. 737 here for Tega. Bendy goes into 27 at 835. Starting to catch up here in terms of lines. Now only 7 behind. Currently at 868, 773 for Tega. And all he can really do at this point is try and go as effective or efficient as he can. Maybe even try and set up for 2. Bendy goes into 28 at 937. Tega goes into kill screen at 845, but that's not going to be enough, as Bendy with the 972 takes game number 4 and brings us to a decider. GG. And it looks like Bendy here trying to get this last Tetris. Is not trying to get another 10 push-ups and gets the max out there. GG's for Bendy. No extra 10 push-ups. Very good. Very solid play here from both players. Next seed will be C6. C6. That will be our last seed for today. Tega has in the seat and is ready. This has been a very solid set here. Max outs here and there. Some good digs from both players. Everything you could really ask for in a Division 1 set. Right, Bendy has in the seed and is ready. So we're going to get the going in this decider. Let's see who takes this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, a little bit of a hiccup there on his end. There we go. So Bendy able to take that game number 4 with the max out. Bringing us to a decider. His perfect record is on the line here. Currently 3-0 in the division, so a win here would net him the perfect 4-0. Tega here hoping to get this win to stave off potential relegation playoffs. And this win here would effectively keep him safe, like perfectly safe, no matter what the other players end up doing. Bendy not too happy with this board here. Gonna try and just burn this down, keep it safe. And gets a calm 4 touchers out of it. So nice efficiency there. Sometimes you can just get the pieces. Currently at 96k, 116 for Tega. Oh, mischief there for Bendy. Currently at 119, 162 here for Tega, who has a perfectly clean board. It's going to slow down Bendy quite a bit. Get the split double with that J-Beast. But yeah, has a series of holes on the bottom of the board. It's going to take quite a few burns to get out of. Really allows Tega to build an early pace lead. Currently at 209, 145 here for Bendy. That looks to have gotten out of the dig there. But as a result, this has allowed Tega a 2 Tetris lead. In terms of Jazz League history, TegaMech has played every single season. And is usually in the top league, always in Division 1, the top leagues. It's been a long time, just elite player in the community. And the world of DAS. Bendy at 241, Tega at 305. Very nice first half of transition, or 18 here for Tega. Can go into transition with a 600k. Bendy here can go into transition probably with a mid to high 500, maybe a 600, depending on how the pieces land. Bendy's board is good now. Starting to slope on the left and right once more, as is standard. Currently at 357, 364 for Tega, and it looks like Bendy has all but caught up. And I'm getting rated with a party of 48. Holy hell, what is that? Thank you, Classic Tetris League. You are just in time to watch this decider matchup in Dust League Division 1 against Bendy and TegaMech. Bendy currently at 380, 389 here for Tega. A very close gap here. And there's a less Oscar. What are we talking about, Dobre? Thank you for the raid, though. This matchup has a little bit of stakes on the line. For Bendy, it is a chance to go perfect in the division and all but seal first place in the division. For Tega, this is a must-win to try and increase his odds of not being in the relegation playoffs. Bendy at 435, Tega at 480. Still maintaining that one Tetris lead. Likely can get this 500 transition as long as he can get all remaining Tetrises. Was not expecting that raid, but thank you very much, more Orlando. Hope the stream went well over there. I did see Mari playing this and that, so I'm not sure how that went. I did see that he was up, I believe, 2-0, so yeah. And look, speak of the double, this and that right there. Bendy at 527, Tega at 552, now 574. One Tetris in the lead. So there's one Tetris left in the chamber. Has to take that burn. Can still get the 600 if he can get another bar. Maybe selling out a little bit for it, but has to burn in at 577. Waiting out the bar. Gets the bar in the Tetris immediately. Lowers on the stack. Bendy going in at 575. So slightly in the lead, but with a much healthier board, gets an immediate Tetris up to 601, 607 here for Tega. We had cancellations, player delays. Cancellations? What the hell? Alright, Tega gonna reopen the well. Okay, takes the skim of the T, had a perfect Tetris setup, perfect clear setup, but will not be able to get the board in time, but will there. Gets up to 664. 632 here for Bendy, who's currently in a dig midway up the board. Needs a bar to bring this down, or a J piece. Gets the J piece. Nice quick tap. Actually misses the quick tap of that L piece. Now has to try and bring this down with some L pieces on the left side. And he's not going to be able to do anything there. He's going to be done at 641, and Tega at 726 will take game number 5 and the set. And you can see there, Bendy not too happy with that result. Not the way you want to go out, but that is how today is going to go. Unfortunately for him. Tega will take that 3-2 and gets the 6 points. GG's. Bendy cutting a promo, yeah. The other thing too is he has this self-imposed challenge where every game he does not max, he has to do 10 extra push-ups for the day, so we'll have to add 10 more to the counter. So, bit long workout here for him today. You can see there that counter went up to 30, and with that last game there, we'll go up to 40 now. That's a good way to stay fit. Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're an elite DAS player. I would agree. So let me report this match. Where is this? Oops, should be TegaMech defeats Bendy 3-2. And it is 21 40, we'll say 45. 21:45. There we go. Let me grab this. Hope y'all are having a good afternoon over there. It's been a pretty good afternoon for me. Kind of busy, but at the end of the day, it's good to go. You know, getting this season done. We only have 1 week left, y'all, so make sure to get your matches in if you have matches left. Try and request some restreams from some people that you may know, or me as well. You know, just make sure to check restreamer availability or ask your friends. Now I'm going to report this match. Yeah, this win will give Tega the 6 points needed to stay in the division. Bendy finishing 3 games to 1. Yeah, pretty solid set overall. Not really any early topside or anything like that. Just good, consistent Tetris here from both players, as you would expect from a Division 1 match. So let's see who is available to raid here, as this was the final match for today. I believe I did see, I think I saw Wiley live. ZXV is doing, he's doing something, I don't know what this is. He's playing tapping, but I don't see a restreamer, so we're just gonna ignore that. Let's go raid Wiley here. Looks like he's doing some Tetris. He's doing a subathon right now, so we're gonna go raid Wiley. Can't switch and go pay him a visit. Go tell him hello. Go see what he's doing. Be sure to tell him that to have a good day and to wish him a good subathon. Some 4 lefts here from Bendy. Gets that last one over. Thanks for letting me catch y'all here, and I will see y'all some other day. Maybe tomorrow night or something like that. Take care, y'all. Goodbye. Right. What's going on over?